For every good signing a club makes, there's bound to be a few that don't work out. And Man United have certainly had their fair share of those, especially since the end of their golden age under Sir Alex Ferguson. Here are just some of the Red Devils' worst signings since Fergie. First up, Alexis Sanchez. Sanchez joined United from Arsenal back in 2018 and became the highest paid player in the Prem. He'd averaged almost 1 goal every 2 games for the Gunners, but in his 45 games for Man United, he only managed 5 goals. Not what you want from a star striker. Next up, Radamel Falcao. He earned himself the nickname the Tiger for his sheer efficiency and the way he used to pounce upon the mistakes of defenders. But at Man United, he was way more pussycat than Tiger, to be honest. All he managed in 29 Man United games was 4 goals. Moving on, things couldn't have gone much worse for Jadon Sancho at Man United. Yeah, it would have been hard to outdo his Borussia Dortmund form, but 12 goals in 83 games is not great. Things got worse after a public fallout with manager Erik ten Hag. Sancho said he was being made a scapegoat. Ten Hag said there'd been a discipline issue. It all ended up with Sancho going back to Germany. Next, Erik ten Hag probably thought he was being smart in sticking to what he knew when he signed Antony from his former club Ajax. But the £86 million Brazilian hasn't really been able to hack it in the Prem. Chances are Antony's Man United days are numbered. Next, the curse of the Man United number 7 shirt. Not an easy act following Ronaldo, Cantona, Beckham and George Best, but Memphis Depay was another striker who was apparently allergic to scoring for United. He scored just 7 in 53 appearances, a huge letdown since he'd helped PSV win the Dutch league just a season before joining. Last one, Angel Di Maria was set to be United's landmark signing when he joined in 2014, but 1 season later he was already on his way out. 4 goals in 32 games was just not good enough, given he'd broken the British record transfer fee when he signed. And those are just a few examples. To be honest, the list could go on and on. Unfortunately, that's probably why Man United haven't won the Prem for a while, and why it might take a few more years before they're in contention again.
Hello, good evening, welcome to the Full Sports Bar of the Week. I'm Jason Cundy. Alongside me for the next 3 hours is former Wales and Liverpool striker Dean Saunders.
Evening, everyone.
It's not been a good couple of weeks for you, mate. You've had it tough.
It's been like a
can't find a win, mate.
Punch
you lot.
bag. Started with Chelsea beating Liverpool.
Oh, what happened?
Didn't expect that. Mate. And then Wales.
Yeah, England pulled your pants down.
Why we organise a friendly against England 4 days before. Call me an idiot if you want, but I thought it was a ridiculous fixture to play England 4 days before we played Belgium, and now we've lost the game and we virtually can't qualify. We're going to have to go around the back door with a playoff game.
I hope you get there.
Yeah, but we had a chance. If we'd have beat Belgium at home, we'd have had to win the last 2 games we were in the World Cup. But
That's Dean Saunders, by the way.
But anyway, we lost.
Safe.
And we let, not only that, we let a load of goals in along the way, 7.
Dino, though, good news is the Premier League is back. Yes. It kicks off again in under 2 days' time as Forest hope. Go on, Chelsea. Live here on talkSPORT, 12:30 kick-off there on game day. Today, we're asking for a Sports Bar 4-game forecast, right, for your team. What are the club's minimum requirements in this crucial period of the season before the next international break? You know your team. Have a look at the fixtures. Get your phone out, get your computer out, have a look. Have a look at the fixtures. I want to know what is the minimum requirement that your team has to get for you to be a happy bunny. Elsewhere, Jordan Pickford even signs a new huge deal for the club. That is Everton. He's been linked away from Everton a few times, but it hasn't quite happened for him. We're looking ahead, of course, to Liverpool take on Manchester United. Talking about that, Liverpool Man United. That's a game where Liverpool Man United are thinking, can't lose that game. Has to take points in the game. Keep your powder dry, Dino.
I'm just going to say, I've got all the fixtures in front of me.
Yes, you do.
And I've picked out 5 teams that have got a tough next 4 games.
We'll talk about that.
And we'll go on to it in a bit.
Okay. We're also joined on the show by the smartest man on the planet, Andy Lown, expert in absolutely everything.
What do you mean, everything?
Everything, mate. Titanic in space. We'll ask him.
Jack of all trades, master of none.
No, he's better than that, mate. Get involved, gang. We cannot do this show without you. It's the part of the show that we need your calls. 03717223344. You can watch us live on YouTube and Smart TV. This is a Sports Bar live here on talkSPORT. Oh!
Hang on a minute.
Yes, hello, good evening, and good. What?
You got Jamie there. Do you know what? I was hoping that was a picture of Jamie O'Hara there, because I beat him again, Jason.
Oh, you've been boasting about that.
I haven't. I'll put it back, but he deserves to be on there, because I've seen him on them.
Can we see that?
The ridiculous clown's outfit. Put a picture of me on there when England beat Wales.
Yes, we did. Yes.
Disgraceful behaviour, right? When I can't even answer you back.
Can't.
Well, but now Jamie's on there.
Yeah.
So, just to run you by.
Yep.
I beat him with his son's clubs. This is on
the YouTube talkSPORT YouTube golf channel, right?
Well, yeah, the latest one is on.
Yeah, I know, but some people might not know it. So
the latest one, it's not out yet. Right. It's coming out. Right. I shouldn't tell him the result, right? But I beat him again,
yeah,
right? Yeah. So he's played me off the back tees because he hits it miles. Bear in mind, he plays off 2.
He's good though.
2, 3. Yeah. He makes it up.
I don't know what that means, mate.
So I beat him with his son's clubs off the yellows at the London club.
Right.
I beat him with a set of made-up clubs out of Clubs for Cash, £500 each we had to spend.
Right.
At Woburn Sands.
Right.
He stormed off like a tantrum.
Yeah, he gets the ump, doesn't he?
Well, he's like a spoilt brat on the course, throwing his clubs and he's blamed the lad doing the drone, the cameraman, the people walking behind the shouting, come on, hurry up, the greens, the fairways. You know, one of them that blames...
I don't play golf,
and then in between, if he hits a bad shot, I'm packing the game in. I'm going to play bowls or I'm going to go fishing.
Yep.
Anyway, tantrum, I've seen it all. Tantrum, and when I was manager of Wolves, the same tantrums.
Oh, it's immature.
And the clown's outfit I've seen on him, I've seen that before at Molineux in a couple of games when I picked him. Right? But
I'm not saying I'm saying
he's took me off the back tees at London Club and I beat him again. That's 4 times. I think I'm his bogey team.
Yeah, well, yes. Sounds a little bit...
So I'm glad his picture's up there.
Is that... Well, do you know, he's on the breakfast show tomorrow morning, by the way, 6 a.m. Gabby Bonahort is alongside him. That's why.
He's accused me of cheating. He's accused me of rushing him, talking, getting in the way of the shot tracer, everything. He
came in here, Dino, the day that you filmed that. He came in here and he basically said you're a cheat.
He's tried everything.
No, he did. He came in here.
He's tried everything.
100% cheated. That was what he was saying.
Yeah, he's tried.
Anyway, how are you, matey? It's not been a good couple of weeks for you, is it?
No, I'm gutted about Wales, really, because, you know, we got ourselves in a good position. We had to beat Belgium. And
Great start.
Yeah, but Roden...
Can't go playing volleyball in your own area, though, Dino, can you?
No. Well, look, we've come across the England team without... I mean, ridiculous players, England. Haven't got Foden, Grealish, Bellingham. They'd all be captain of Wales.
Probably, yeah.
right? and there's more.
Yeah, of course.
They're queuing up. Yeah. So England have got an unbelievable pot of players to pick from. So that friendly we played was more benefit to Thomas Tuchel than it was to us. So I don't know whether... I'm trying to think of the reason. Someone said we drop into pot 2 and that's better for us. Some people say we got a load of money for playing the friendly. But 4 days before we played Belgium, luckily, we did come out of it with no injuries. But Ben Davies, who's not... I don't think he started a game for Spurs, plays against England and then plays against Doku.
Yes.
Who's seen his hamstrings off.
Yeah. Yes, he
did.
Yeah, he was in fire.
Doku was unplayable. By the way, he is on his day.
Yeah. When he gets a head of steam up, mate, once he has that first touch out of his feet and the next touch is out of his feet and there's grass in behind. I mean, I've been in that situation a few times. So then someone's quick. You know you're in trouble. You're in banging trouble.
He goes both ways.
Because you're now backing off.
Yeah.
You're banging trouble.
But he's that sharp and strong and quick off the mark that he can wriggle along the byline against you when you think, I'll show him outside.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he goes round you along the byline. But I watched him play against North Macedonia as well. They drew 0-0, Belgium. He had 6 shots and he was just on fire. And then I was thinking, oh my goodness, he's going to play against us. So they had Trossard, De Bruyne and Doku. And they just kept breaking on us.
I know, I saw the game, mate.
Top players, Jace, don't give the ball away.
No.
They make the right decision with the final pass and they put it in front of people with the right weight on it.
But what about, once you got yourself back in at 3-2, right, to concede again like that is... Because you did feel there was 7 minutes of injury time before the board could come up. It's that 4-2. It just completely rips the carpet from under your feet.
Well, look, Craig Bellamy has got a vision in his head of how he wants the team to play. That vision is to take the game to the opposition.
Yep.
Sort of. So when you're taking the game to the opposition, you do leave yourself wide open.
Yeah.
And it's whether or not you're playing against world-class players who punish you or you play against smaller teams who don't punish you. So Craig is going to have to weigh that up because we played Belgium. The last 2 games we played them, we let 8 goals in. They scored 8 against us. We scored 5, by the way.
Yeah.
So we're scoring goals, but he has to get the balance between getting it right going forward and also sometimes covering up. If you fought Mike Tyson and tried to out-punch him,
what are you going to do?
Well,
what would
you fought Mike Tyson,
What would you do?
Well, if you come off your stool, trying to knock Mike Tyson out, the minute...
You're off your stool, coming in the centre of the ring, Mike Tyson's there. What are you doing?
Covering up before you get hurt. That's what football teams do.
He's going downstairs.
Cover up.
He's working on your body, Dino.
And try and jab him try and catch him with a sucker punch.
You're going to try and jab Mike Tyson?
You would try and sucker punch him, wouldn't you?
No.
The only chance you got of beating Mike Tyson is by covering up and try and miss all the barrage he throws at you. I don't care
what you're holding up. Mike Tyson's, your hands, your gloves.
So you got 2 options. You either come out on the first minute.
I don't think Mike Tyson was the wisest opponent to have chosen there.
No, it is. Right. So Mike Tyson's like England or Belgium in football.
Right.
Or France or Spain. Right. And you Wales. So you Wales and you fight.
Who are you in the boxing world? So Mike Tyson against who? Is it Dean Saunders?
I'm just an up-and-coming...
Dean Saunders.
An up-and-coming heavyweight champion, right?
Right. Okay.
But I'm not the world champion.
Right.
But I fight Mike Tyson. Right. Do I get off the stool and try and knock him out?
Well, you tell me.
Well, you got 2 options. You either try that one, and if he just takes...
What about just moving around the ring as fast as you can?
And getting out the way.
Yeah.
That's what football teams... That's your other choice as a football team. You play England, cover up...
Yeah.
Cover up all your deficiencies, cover up and try and sucker punch him.
He's finding a way through, mate. Mike Tyson's finding a way through.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So you have to make that decision before the game.
Okay.
Do you get the analogy?
I think I do.
Right. So if you've got weaknesses in your team, cover them up before the best people expose you.
There you go. So any other analogies you want to put like that? 0377.
I know what I mean.
I know what you mean, Dino. So listen, we're going to start the show. So next up, because the Premier League is back, and we've had an international break, right? It's the second one of the campaign. There's one more coming up. That comes up mid-November, just before mid-November. So there are 4 Premier League games between now and then. So the question is, what is the minimum requirement that your team has to get for you to go, that's all right, don't mind that, right? So, of course, there are 12 points up for grabs, Okay, and I had an Arsenal on Distant Breakfast show this morning. Can't remember the game was then 12 points out of 12, guaranteed, nailed on, right? That may well be the case, but what is the minimum the Gooners will take? Look at the opposition. What is the minimum you will take? So as a Chelsea fan, right, we got Forest away at the weekend, live on talkSPORT. Then we got Sunderland at home, Spurs away. That's the one you go, all right, a bit tricky. Wolves at home. So I'm looking at Forest, Sunderland, Wolves. I'm going minimum there 9 points. Right, that should be. You've got to beat the teams at the bottom of the table that are struggling, right? You agree with that?
I would say Forest away, Chelsea win, right?
Yep.
I'm just trying to be honest.
Yeah.
I want Forest to win, but Forest away,
yep.
Chelsea win.
Yep.
Sunderland at home, Chelsea win. Tottenham away, draw. Wolves at home, win.
Okay, so you're saying minimum 10 points.
Yeah.
There you go. Minimum 10 points.
That's a good one.
I mean, the Mac. Oh, I love the Max one. Beat Spurs again. That'd be so much fun. But I'm throwing it over to you guys. 03717223344. What is the minimum requirement you need between now and the next international break? What have you done? Have you done Liverpool's?
Well, I've got 5 teams here who I think are going to struggle. Bournemouth, Palace, Forest, Man City.
Bournemouth are going to struggle.
Well, tough games.
Right. Okay. Tell you what, Dean.
Palace.
Tell you what we do. Hold it there. Keep your powder dry. We're going to come back and we're going to get that. You're
You winding me up.
No, we've got a break all the time.
You just winding me up.
I'm not winding you up. I'm not. We've got to go to a break.
Ready. Go on then.
You're talking about Mike Tyson coming out. You're talking about fighting Mike Tyson.
Yeah. I'd cover up if I was fighting Mike Tyson.
Okay, we'll hear from you guys. What is the minimum requirements of the next 4 games that you have in the Premier League? 03717223344. You are listening to the Sports Bar here on talkSPORT. We're talkSPORT Bet. Download the new talkSPORT Bet app today. 18 plus, begambleaware.org. Dino's still telling me in the break how he's going to beat Mike Tyson.
Well,
he genuinely feels he can beat Mike Tyson.
By the way, I've resorted to a hat. These lights are that bright. You know, like on the golf course.
You're not hiding your bonnet.
I had it on today. No, I had it on today, and I played so well today at golf.
Yeah.
The best I've played for ages.
Yeah.
At Ratcliffe Golf Club in Nottingham.
Right. Yeah.
That I thought, I'm not going to take my hat off.
Because it's good luck. Well, how about you have a good show?
Again tomorrow.
How about you have a good show
tonight? It's just good luck, the hat.
Okay, well, hopefully.
And it keeps them bright lights out my eyes because I can't see it.
They are a bit bright, mate. Anyway, you want to listen to Sports Week, Dean Sauls. I'm Jason Cundy. A reminder that talkSPORT is now on your smart TV. Just grab the app on Android TV and Google TV. Or even on Prime Video, talkSPORT, live on your screen as well as your speakers. Still to come, we're putting two fans head-to-head in our weekly feature. The scarves are off. But first, we're asking for your 4-game forecast for a crucial Premier League period before the next international break. What is the bare minimum you need to see your team get for you to be a happy bunny? 03717 2233 44. Let's go to the lines. Let's go and speak to Rich, who's a Man United fan. All right, Rich?
Hi, Rich.
How you doing? You all right, lad?
I'm all right, Rich. How are you?
Very good.
Yeah, I'm all good.
Right, so before you reveal, I'll just tell the listeners who you've got. You've got Liverpool away, Brighton at home, Forest away, and Spurs away.
Yeah.
Go on.
Just a point. Just a point to do, mate. A point and a goal. But no, all joking aside, 6 points. I'd
Go
like
on,
to get 6 points.
Where are you getting the 6 points?
Well, I reckon Brighton and Forest.
So Brighton at home, Forest away. They're the ones you're going to get beat by Liverpool away and beat by Spurs away, yeah?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
And you'll be happy with that? Is that enough for Amarin?
I think it's enough for Amarin, yeah, definitely. But I think 6 points would be how we're playing at the moment. 6 points, I'll be sort of happy with. 9 points would be. I can't see us getting 12, but 9 or 6. But I'll be happy with 6.
I've got a feeling things are getting better for Man United, though. I just look at the players you've signed, and they're good players, aren't they? Cundy, Mbomo, big lad up front. He's got a couple of goals. You've got Fernandes trying to serve the ball through for the three of them. And then you just look and think, in the middle midfield against Liverpool, is it going to be Wirtz's day?
Is that the way he's going to turn up as he Wirtz?
Well, if he starts, I would have thought tomorrow he will find the space in that
United,
midfield.
Though, they always seem to pull out every now and then. It's happened a lot under Ollie, right? Just when you felt that the pressure was building, it was almost like too much, they would pull out a result. And he done it last year, Emery, Man City away, right? They even got a point at Liverpool last season as well. So they managed somehow something. When you think it's not happening for United, they do.
They do pull up. Yeah, and Fernandes has got a goal in him. Like all four of them, Sesko, Mbomo, Cundy. You wouldn't be surprised if they all banged a goal in any game in the world.
What about listen, Rich, thanks for the call. I want to hear from a Liverpool fan. Actually, we've got Liverpool fans, not yet. No.
So the Man United's got.
We got Gaz. Here we go. All right, Gaz.
Hi, Gaz.
Hello.
All right, matey.
Hello.
How are you?
How are you?
I'm good. How are you? A bit aggressive. How are you? I'm all right, Gaz. How are you?
Can I ask you a question?
Go for it, matey.
Well done on beating Liverpool.
Is that the question? Yeah, thank you. I'll take that.
You wouldn't get many Liverpool fans saying that, but no. I still hate you.
You don't mean it, do you?
Dino. See your quiet tonight after getting beat by England.
Oh, do you know what?
He's never quiet.
Do you know what? I was just about to be on your side, Gaz, Liverpool fan, and I was just about to have a go at Cundy.
He's never ever quiet.
And then it's anti-Welsh again. Actually, the England game, I was a bit annoyed that we played the fixture, to be honest, because if you'd have said to me,
hang on,
don't play England at Wembley, I would have said, like, whatever you do.
Go on, Gaz, what do you want to say?
Dino, what's the score? Dino, what's the score? You're only saying when you're winning.
Hey, I'm happy with 3-0. I thought it was going to be about 7 or 8 at one point, 20 minutes in, 3-0 down.
Gaz, let me ask you, right? So have you heard the phone that we're doing, right? The minimum requirement that you'd take, say, do you know what?
How did Chelsea get on in the Legends?
I mean, you can't be bragging about that, matey. Come on, Gaz.
We've got revenge from after you beaten us in the league. We got revenge on you.
Right,
what
Gaz,
are you saying?
Gaz, here's what I'm saying to you, right? Here's what I'm saying. Liverpool, you've got United home Sunday, of course, right? Then you've got Brentford away.
3 points Sunday.
Right, 3 points Sunday. What about Brentford away? What are you saying there?
3 points.
Another 3 point. Villa at home?
3 points.
9.
Listen, go on. And then you got City away.
3 points.
So the minimum requirement Slot's got to get is 12.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you won't be happy.
If they don't, they sack him.
What about if you get 8 points?
You what?
What?
3.
You what? What about if you got 8 points?
We're going to get 12.
Right, here you go. All right, guys, thanks for that.
Well, by the way, they only lost 2 games last season. When they won the league, they actually officially won the league. They'd only lost 2 games, which people forget. It's hard to jump above Liverpool when they've only lost 2 games, isn't it? You have a go at Arteta for not winning the league.
I know.
Have a go at Pep. Yeah. How'd you get past the team that only loses 2 games?
Well, lose 1.
It's impossible.
So there you go. So there he is. Gaz, the Liverpool fans, phoned up, said 12.
Impossible.
I mean, 12 points.
12. Well, I would, if I was.
No, Liverpool have been playing
I think Liverpool will beat Man United at home. Right.
Yeah.
They will beat Brentford away.
Yeah.
They will draw with Aston Villa.
Right.
And they will draw with Man City.
Right, so it's 8 points.
I would say, yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right.
That's a good run. Undefeated in 5.
Let's go and speak to Giles.
Sorry.
As a Villa fan. All right, Giles?
Yeah,
hi, Giles.
Hello.
I'm going 4 points because we've got Spurs, Man City, Liverpool and Bournemouth. So to beat Spurs because we're quite good at the new White Hart Lane, and 8 points at Bournemouth. I can't see us getting anything at Liverpool and Man City at the moment.
Maybe you're home against City.
Have you seen us at home this season?
Yeah, but it does feel as though that things are starting to fall into place a little bit. I know you had a tricky start and, things weren't particularly great. You couldn't score a goal for Toffee.
I think since Moncho's gone, we've turned it around. I think there was some unrest. I don't know. I'm not behind the scenes, but from a fan's point of view, I think, yes, we started to play better. Rodgers, if he played like he does for England for us, we'd win all 4.
Everyone's been a bit off it, though, at Villa, haven't they? The last couple of games, it feels as though that there was I can't remember what game it was. I did feel you were a little bit unfortunate. I can't remember the game. You might be able to tell me early in the season. So you're taking 6 points. Do you think that's...
No, I'm taking 4.
4
as the worst, 6 as a good.
Right.
So I'm going.
So minimum 4.
Spurs. Minimum's 4. So 3 points against Spurs and a point against Bournemouth.
Right.
Or beat Spurs, beat Bournemouth.
For what it's worth, I look at Villa this season early compared to last season. Players start thinking they're better than they are and passing the ball sideways. When Unai Emery first took over, he got the back 4 15 yards further up the pitch, and every single player in the team who won the ball back looked for Ollie Watkins through, and he was benefiting from
I don't know whether he's going to be fit, of course. He got injured, didn't he?
Yeah, but when he come, Unai Emery, Ollie Watkins went on a run of goals where he was getting threaded in from all angles. He started drifting from channel to channel, knowing as soon as they win the ball back, John McGinn, you first thought is Ollie Watkins, and they just went away from it, I think, a little bit. Okay. But hopefully, if you Ollie Watkins, it's a bit split, the Villa fans, when you speak to them. Some of them think
some of them, but back in when the window was still open in the summer, some Villa fans phoned the show and said that they'd move him on.
Some people think he misses a lot of chances, but
you tell me.
I like him.
Well, listen, I've always been told strikers, you'd rather be in that position missing than not in that position at all.
You got to miss him to score him, my dad used to say. And, by the way, you can always pick him because you know what you're going to get when he don't score.
That was English, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So you're half English.
My dad played for England.
Yeah. Okay, just want to just try out.
Represented England.
Up next, want to hear from you still on what your side has to achieve the minimum requirement in the next 4 games before the next international break. 03717 223344. You're listening to the Sports Bar here on talkSPORT with talkSPORT Bet. Download the new talkSPORT Bet app today. 18 plus. BeGambleAware.org. Good evening. Thanks for your company. You are listening to the Sports Bar. He's Dean Saunders. I'm Jason Cundy. Still to come. We're joined by Andy Lown, an expert in pretty much everything, but space is his topic. Any questions for Lowndy? 0371.
Before we go any further, Jason,
go on, mate.
Give me some more info. He's
an expert in space.
What do you mean? Like he's like an astronaut?
No, I don't think he's an astronaut, but he's
planets.
He knows all about the planets, right?
Solar planets. So
all about the planets, right?
Yeah.
He also he's an expert in the Titanic as well.
Hey, I know.
So
a bit
he's
about that.
as far as high up as you can go and as far down as you can go. He's an expert. Anything between.
I know a bit about the Titanic.
What do you know?
I know quite a lot about the Titanic.
You seen the film?
Yeah. I don't think
How does it end?
Leonardo DiCaprio could have survived that long in the water.
No, I don't think.
I know that for a fact. He was in the water for too long.
He was in the
He would have been brown bread long before.
Yeah, I think you're probably right, but that would have killed it a little bit, wouldn't it? Because then, she's on the bit of wood or whatever she was on, and then if he dies after 2.5 minutes, they need to extend it a little bit.
You know the little group that were there, the bass player and the violinist, they stayed till the end.
They did, yeah.
And all them little
Yeah, they went down. They didn't survive, unfortunately.
No, someone owns that Titanic. Someone's bought it. Under the sea. It's under the sea now, and someone's bought it.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Is it White Star? Isn't it like the company that owned it, White Star?
Yeah, White Star. And there was two. They built two.
Yep.
Side by side, in Belfast.
Yeah.
In the dock.
See, I just tell you what, Andy Low's kind of his work.
I've been in the architect's room and all that.
Have you?
Yeah. Who designed it?
Listen, Andy Lowndes at 11:30. We'll have that conversation. First off, though, before we talk about Titanic and space, Burnley boss Scotty Parker even has been assessing what his side's ambitions are ahead of the return of the Premier League this weekend.
I think we give ourselves a brilliant opportunity in terms of the objective of trying to stay in this division. Yeah. I think it's been well documented, and we all know that. Even you guys sitting in this room, the first lot of fixtures have been tough fixtures for us when they were delivered. And you look at a team coming up into the Premier League, we've been faced with some huge challenges. Arguably the top 5 or 6 teams in this division. Really, what gives me a massive encouragement is how competitive we've been in there. There's still a lot of learning, and we've fallen short a little bit. I don't think we've fallen short by wide margins in that sense, and I think we've been hugely competitive. We need to continue that. We need to keep learning. We need to keep growing. We'll be learning constantly. A team that we are this year, a new team, a young team, players that probably have not experienced a lot in this Premier League, and we need to get there as quick as we can. But like I said, I've been really encouraged.
That's Scotty Parker, the Burnley boss. Just to let you know their games they've got, the next 4 between now and the next international break. Leeds United at home, so I suppose in some ways, if they are going to stay up, that's a game they have to target to get points. Wolves away, down at the bottom, take points off your rivals if they can. Then they've got Arsenal at home, don't give them much hope there, and West Ham away. So I think if you're a Burnley fan, if you can get 4...
Do you know what, Jace?
4 points, maybe 5 out of that. It's great.
When you're a team like Burnley and the way he's got them set up, all right, sometimes it suits them better to play the teams that are going to come at them like Arsenal. You can mug Arsenal by just sitting in your shape, show no ambition to score a goal.
It's hard to do that for 9 minutes.
Yeah, but they're obviously a good defensive.
Well, they
unit.
are. I mean, their record last season,
so they can
defensively was outrageous.
Yeah, so they'll have games this season where they will get battered for 90 minutes and win 1-0.
All right,
I think.
Well,
so
you might see that
playing against a team who's prepared to let Burnley have the ball, maybe not suiting them.
Yeah, maybe right. So, any Burnley fans, any thoughts on that? 03717 2233 44. Let's go and speak to a gooner. Market Wayne has dialed that number. Wayne?
Hi, Wayne.
Boys, you okay?
Very well, matey.
Good.
Very well. Premier League football's back, and you're top of the table.
Brilliant.
Yeah, go on in. What's your minimum requirement? Fulham, Palace, Burnley, Sunderland.
Realistically, I think we should win all 4.
Right.
But I'm saying as a bare minimum, we need to match Man City's tally.
No, but that's not the question. I'm asking what the bare minimum. You don't know what City you're going to get, right? So you say you're going to get 12 points. Of course you want to. But what's the minimum you'll go?
I'll say 10 then. I'll say 10.
You're going to say 10, right?
Yeah.
That's an easy run of fixtures, that is.
Well, I don't think it's as easy as Fulham away. Fulham a bit of a bogey side for Arsenal,
beat
right?
them.
Should beat them, right?
Yeah.
But you said that last season, never happened.
Right.
And you've got
Palace
Palace.
should beat them. Burnley should beat them.
Palace,
Sunderland should beat them.
Yeah, mate, you've seen Palace this season. I mean, they're hard. They're a tough team to play against.
But if Arsenal line up with the full strength team and play well, and Fulham play well, Arsenal win.
Yeah.
Same against Crystal Palace.
Yeah, but
same against Burnley. Same against Sunderland.
I think the minimum requirement there I agree with Wayne. I think 10 is the minimum requirement there.
I'm going to go 12.
Minimum. Anything less is a disgrace.
Not a disgrace. You might get a draw.
Right. Well, I think
somewhere down there, but
Arsenal are more than capable of winning all these games. Of course they are. But I'm just saying the minimum requirement. We go, okay, I'll
3 wins and a draw.
Yes, they'll probably still be top with that, right? They'll probably still be top.
And another 4 games without defeat, which breeds confidence, which makes the belief. It's like when I play Jamie at golf.
Why are you bringing that back?
The belief. I've got belief. It's half the battle. I go out and I'm expecting to win.
Well, Jamie's not here to defend himself.
Oh.
How many points do you think Arsenal will be top of the table by the time we come back from the next international break? I mean, Liverpool are,
I don't know if you know. I think I might have said it to you. I was asked to tip the winner, and I said everything's pointing towards Liverpool because the money they've spent and the players they've brought in. But if you change 5 players in your starting lineup, it is going to cost you some points while they're getting to know each other. Mm-hmm. And Arsenal have had 5 years preparing, and now they've got a centre forward. Yep. That's the next step. So I think Arsenal are a bit more a well-oiled machine. Liverpool are still trying to. Ekitike's got to match up with Wirtz. You got Isaac. He needs to work out who's going to thread me in, who's going to cross it there, who can't reach me at the back post, who can. All these things have got to fall into place, and they don't. So I think Liverpool are going to lose points on the players gelling.
Well, one thing I will say on that, right, against Chelsea, only 2 of the outfield players were new.
Chelsea?
No, Liverpool. Isak and Kirkes. They're the only 2 new ones. He went for his midfield 3 of Gravenberch, Slobosai and McAllister.
Yeah, but it's not settled, the team, is it? You've got Slobosai playing right back. You've got Kirkes left back. Then Andy Robertson plays. Canate.
He's paid the big bucks for.
Canate's not been at his best. And then up the front, he's spoilt for choice.
Well,
he's got Wirtz, who's got a massive transfer fee on him, and he's a really good footballer, really good player. And everybody's desperate for him to score or start playing like he can play.
Actually, when he come off the bench against Chelsea, I thought he was a bit of a difference maker. Actually,
but I think that Man United midfield on Sunday.
Is this where Fulham Wirtz stands up?
Well, he's brilliant at finding space. Maddison's good. Maddison's similar to him. They find wherever the gap is. If you play 2 number 6s, they won't stand in the middle of the pitch next to them 2. He'll find space out wide, or he'll come deep and get it. He's brilliant at finding space. Now, at Leverkusen, he had Xhaka, who was getting the ball and early threading it through to him through gaps.
Trying to find him.
And he would,
the off turn.
Yeah, and they played a bit like Amorim plays with a 3-4, that system that Amorim plays. So the wing backs actually pull the opposition's full-backs out wide, right. And then he used to find them pockets, Wirtz, when he was playing for them. So he's a really talented player, and I think Man United I think their weakness is in the middle of midfield. They've got 2 in the middle. Casemiro can't do the width of the pitch. Ugarte's struggling. Mainu is not seem to be getting a game. Fernandes doesn't know the position, so. If I was Amorim, I'd play 3 in midfield on. He's not going to change.
We got a draw there last year. Done very well, actually. Speak to Shawnee, who's a Sunderland fan. All right, Shawnee?
Evening.
Hi, Shawnee.
You all
right, matey?
All right, doing what?
Yeah, good.
Not bad.
Good. Now then, your mob. Shall I tell you? You got Wolves at home, Chelsea away, Everton at home, Arsenal at home. They're a bit of a tricky bunch. I mean, Wolves at home, you must be looking for points there, right?
Well, I'm going there on Saturday, season tickets, so 3 points there for sure.
Right.
Chelsea, if we pick the point up, I'd be happy. Yep. But depends what Chelsea turn up, because they're a bit of a Jekyll and Hyde side at the moment.
Can be, yeah.
Everton at home on the Monday night, under the lights, always brilliant atmosphere out here, 3 points there, then Arsenal. But I'm looking at minimum of 6 points
minimum
over the next 4 games.
Well,
minimum 6.
I tell you what, mate, you take minimum 6. You get 6 out of that.
How many games have you won already? 2. Is it 2?
No, 3. 2 at home, 1 away. Beat Forest. We beat it at home, so we've got 3 home games in the next 4 games. So,
do you know you only need to win 10? So you've got 3 in the bag. You need to win 7 more games. It doesn't matter who it's against.
They've lost
whether it's Arsenal.
1-3, drawn 2, lost 2.
Yeah, so if you win 10 games and pick up a few draws, you stay up.
You take 6 points. I mean, that'll level them on
7 wins keeps you up.
17 points by the middle of November.
7 more.
Some going. Listen, Shawnee, thanks for the call. We're going to go break. Yeah, keep the calls coming, gang. Want to know what your minimum requirement is for your side the next 4 games. 12 points up for grabs. What is it that will get into the international break? Say, do you know what? I'll take that. Or what is the number you'll go, oh, no, not having that. That's a poor start to the season. Want to hear from Forest fans. Want to hear about Big Ange. 03717 223344. This is the Sports Way on TalkSport. With TalkSport Bet, download the new TalkSport Bet app today. 18 plus, begambleaware.org. Good evening, it's the Sportswear here on TalkSport. Still to come, we'll be putting a Liverpool fan head-to-head against a United fan, a new feature this season. The scarves are off. First up, though, Leeds have a massive game against Burnley this Saturday. And ahead of that, TalkSport's very own Ollie Klink has been speaking to Leeds United midfielder Sean Longstaff about how well all the promoted teams have adapted to the Premier League this season.
Obviously, you look at us, we've signed some big lads and signed some really athletic lads. I think, obviously, Anton, who I'll play probably closest to on the pitch is someone I look at and every day and I think he's absolutely massive, and then he still gets about and he moves really, really well. And I just think you look at the Premier League now and it's so athletic, and ultimately I think that's why it's so hard to play, and it's so hard to sometimes score goals, because everyone you play against is so good and so athletic. And I think last year, that's not a dig on the teams that came up, but ultimately I think whether you're sometimes too stubborn or you sometimes think this is the way I'm going to play and I'm not changing for anyone, like, it sounds great, but ultimately you end up sort of getting found out a little bit. And I think that's what we've done, not just us, but the promoted teams this year have done really well. Like, yeah, everyone's got a philosophy, but also if I have to change for 20 minutes in the game and we'll have to either be more direct or we'll have to do whatever to adapt and get a good result in the game, then we'll do that. And I think like I said, that's probably what we've been good at so far.
That was the Leeds United midfielder Sean Longstaff. They currently sit Leeds 15th. It's not been a bad start for them. 7 games played, 2 wins, 2 draws and 3 defeats. I suppose, think about the teams that come up last season. They struggled. That's not bad.
10 wins, Jace. That's the way to look at it. You're going to have 20 odd bad weekends.
Here's what they got, right? They got Burnley away, right? Now, it's that was a championship game last season, right? So that they'll go in there feeling they're pretty even. Then they got West Ham at home, because remember what's happening to West Ham. Brighton away is the toughest. Then they got Forest away. So there's teams there that they expect to be in and around with come the end of the season. If you're a Leeds United fan, love to know your thoughts. 03717 2233 44. Let's go and speak to Carl, who's a Forest fan. All right, Carl.
Hi, Carl.
Hey, Jace. Hey, Dino.
Up the tricky trees.
Well, you sound like you're on the M6.
I'm actually on the M4, Dino, just coming out of your Wales, mate.
Oh, do you notice the air's different when you cross the Severn Bridge? As you go into England,
go on, what?
You can't breathe.
You can't. That smell of
smog.
Smell of manure behind you.
When you're in Wales, it's like having an inhaler. When you got asthma, it's like a free inhaler. Once you go over that Severn Bridge, how are you feeling anyway? About the football, I mean.
Well,
not leaving Wales.
Well, yeah. To be honest, it's a big game tomorrow for Ange, because he's had 2 weeks to work with some key players, and I think if it was ever going to click or needed to click, it's got to be not tomorrow. Sorry, Saturday.
Yeah, no, we know what you mean. Yeah, Saturday early kickoff.
Yeah. Otherwise, I mean, there's a lot of focus on the club at the minute as to whether the big man's made some correct decisions or not, and another one will come into question is whether if we don't play well and he doesn't get it right against Chelsea, then he didn't pull the trigger when he maybe should have done in the international break, and then do we leave it until the November break?
Well, these are why these next 4 games are absolutely crucial. I mean, every game's crucial, right? But it does feel this period for certain managers between now and the next international break, just before about middle of November, it feels bigger for some. And Ange, I would say, is probably the one that needs more out of this than most other managers, because the pressure's on him. Hasn't got a win. It's been a tricky old start for him. And, if you don't beat Chelsea, when's the next win coming from? That's the question. When is that next win? When's that? When are you going to get that?
Yeah, I was going to say, if it doesn't come against Chelsea, then the only realistic one then is probably United at home.
Mate, imagine saying that. Realistically, the next.
I know.
Do you know what though? He's got to be looking now, sat in the house, thinking, right, we're playing Chelsea. How can they hurt us, and how can we hurt them? So, what have I got to do to stop them hurting us? Because they've got so much ammunition, Chelsea, haven't they?
Well, yeah, we can.
So you can't just play your own game and say, right, we're going to play, right, let's just go after them.
No, Ange has shown. I saw Spurs play away at Brentford last season, right? And they tailored their game, and I'm pretty sure they beat Brentford about 2-3. And of course, the Europa League Cup final, he went in and was different. So he can do it. He has shown that he can be defensively minded, a bit more stubborn. He chooses not to. Okay, let's go. And just to let you know, by the way, we will be speaking to Reece Lane, who's the Red Side of the Trent podcast, a little bit later on in the show. Jordan is a Man City fan. Jordan, good evening.
Hi, Jordan.
Good evening, Ken. How are you?
I'm all right, Jordan. How are you?
Yeah, sounds a pound. Thanks for taking my call.
Pleasure. Thanks for calling. What do you want to say?
12 points for City, but
wow.
It's not just 4 games, Mr. Cundy, as you will know.
Say that again?
It's not just going to be 4 games. We've got Champions League
I know.
and
I know, but
Cup and
I didn't.
I'm going to City win and everything, apart from maybe Liverpool, where I'll be happy with a draw.
Right. So you've got Everton at home, Villa away, and then Bournemouth at home. I mean, they're all winnable for City, of course they are. But do you know what, George? I can't quite work out what and who our City are this season, because I know you beat Brentford away, but that could have been a draw.
I agree. I agree. If it wasn't for a bit of Haaland brilliance and getting poked and poking,
they could have equalised as well.
I'm going to make a bold statement now. Right?
Hold on, Joe. Dino's making a bold statement.
Right, you got Everton, Villa, Bournemouth, Liverpool. Yeah. I'm going to say Haaland will get 8 goals in those 4 games.
Is that bold?
He's on fire. Unstoppable. He's bigger than you. He's quicker than you. He's more determined than you. And he's full of confidence.
He's a monster.
Hungry for goals. So it's hard to stop him.
Yeah, I just think about, whenever I look at City, I'm not totally convinced by them. I never come away going, this is why I've said Arsenal win the title, right? I said it before a balls kick, and I've seen nothing so far that's going to change my mind, right?
You said Arsenal before the start, did you?
Yeah.
Not Liverpool?
No.
Why did you think Arsenal would
I said Arsenal last season as well, actually. Maybe I'm cursed them. Maybe that's why I'm doing it. Like a bit of reverse psychology. If I keep saying Arsenal, they won't win it.
Yeah, because I forgot you played for Spurs, didn't you?
Well, no, not that. I support Chelsea.
I played against you when you played for Spurs.
Yeah, well, I support Chelsea. That's the reason why.
Keep that quiet. You played for Spurs. In case Jason played for Spurs, if anybody didn't realise.
And Chelsea.
And Chelsea.
You played against you in Derby, mate.
And Ipswich.
Yep, never played you. Yeah, did you play for Forest?
I couldn't wait to play you. I'm joking.
Let's go and speak to Yusuf. Here he is. All right, Yusuf.
Yusuf.
He's a goon, all right, Yusuf? All right, matey.
Yeah, good, thanks.
Yeah, I'm good. I've been banned from the sports bar by Jamie O'Hara.
Why is that? Why?
You're not good at golf, are you?
I sent them Instagram messages.
Oh.
Right.
Saying you be released by Arsenal, and then he couldn't take it.
Yeah. What? Right, come on in. What do you want to say?
I want to say, if we're serious, we have to win all 4 games.
You're going to win all 4, are you?
Yeah.
But what will you take, Yusuf, right? I mean, every supporter wants to win all 4 games, right? But what do you look at? You go, do you know what? I'll take 10. Or you're not taking 10?
The toughest is Crystal Palace, but it's at home, so we should win that one.
Right, okay. Yeah, I mean, Fulham away, you're just dismissing Fulham, are you?
Yeah, well, if we want to grab the hands on the trophy, we have to beat them.
No, but that's, these are the games where you've fallen down. I mean, I seem to remember a couple of seasons ago, Fulham beat you at their place and they drew at your place and stopped you winning the title.
But now we have a squad to compete with both Champions League and Premier League, so no excuses.
Right. So just 12 points, that's it, nothing more, nothing less?
Maximum 12, yes.
All right. Cheers, Yusuf. There he is, Yusuf. Apparently he's annoyed Jamie O'Hara. Don't know about that.
You know when you, there's blind loyalty in there.
Yeah.
You've got to think, what's your club trying to achieve? Where are we trying to finish in the league? What would be an unbelievable season for Sunderland and Leeds and Burnley is to stay up.
100% right.
4th from bottom.
Yeah.
Right? 10 wins. So you know you're going to lose a lot of games.
Yeah, I know, but it's the way they've all started. They're putting the willies up a lot of teams, by the way.
What you've got to do is not let the defeat run into the next game. And then the next game. You've got to say, right, we played Arsenal away, we got beat. Don't lose any confidence from it. We know we're going to get beat this season. Let's move on to the next result.
I think, yes, there's certain games that will not decide whether Burnley, Leeds and Sunderland stay up, right? There are certain games throughout the season. But there are certain games, if they are going to stay up, they've got to take points.
I used to believe that,
This Burnley game against Leeds is so important for both teams this week.
I don't think it is.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you why. Because I used to think like you. And then I played for Bradford under Paul Jewell.
Yeah.
And he called us in. And we had a team of 30-year-olds. And he said, right, would it be a miracle if we stayed up? And everybody went, yeah. He said, no, that's 10 wins, doesn't he? 33 points. A couple of draws.
Yeah.
33, 34 points.
Yeah.
He said, do you think we can do that? And everybody went,
no.
Yeah. We can win 10 games out of all the season.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
He tried to make it believable to us.
Right, but listen, when you're...
And we done it.
All right, okay, so 10 games to stay up, right? Wolves haven't won a game yet and they're 7 in.
But Yeah,
right?
they're in
a mind. If it's 10 games, right, and so now it's 31 game season for them. They're starting at the bottom with 31. They've got 2 points, 2 draws, right?
But you know, you used to say you've got to beat the teams around you. Well, so you think in this Leeds-Burnley game is a big game. Yeah. We beat Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, Newcastle.
Of course,
doesn't matter who you beat. 3 points is 3 points.
Of course, that can happen. But if what I'm saying is, if you lose against those big dogs, it's one of those. Okay, where is the next win come from? And I think when you're looking at now, Burnley, Leeds, both will be looking at thinking we
won the last 3 games of the season. Didn't win for ages. 9 points. Stayed up on goal difference.
There you go. That's what they've got to do, Wolves. Keep the calls coming, gang. 03717223344. Next up, we're putting a Liverpool and a Manchester United fan head-to-head in a new feature, The Scarves Are Off. This is the Sports Bar on talkSPORT.
From the Toffees to the Tractor Boys, the Eagles to the Seagulls, Gunners, Bees, Hammers and Magpies, Premier League teams have got a load of crazy nicknames. Ever wondered where they came from? Let's start with Everton. They're dubbed the Toffees, but why? Well, because when the club was formed, just down the road there were two local toffee shops. Ye Ancient Everton Toffee House and Mother Noblet's Toffee Shop were big fan favourites. Next, they say if you can't beat 'em, join 'em, and that's exactly what Ipswich Town did when it came to their nickname. The term Tractor Boys used to be chanted by their opponents as a way of putting the team down for their farming background. But during one game back in the late 90s, Ipswich were 1-0 up and they decided to flip the script. 1-0 to the Tractor Boys, they sang, and a new nickname was born. Let's head to Leicester, famous for more than just a red, well, orangey cheese and Jamie Vardy. Leicestershire's also the birthplace of fox hunting, hence the Foxes. Next up, turns out apples are not the only fruit that don't fall far from the tree. Bournemouth's nickname, the Cherries, comes from the fact the club's stadium was originally built right next to a bunch of cherry orchards. This next story actually involves two club nicknames. It started with Crystal Palace. They were having an absolute nightmare run back in the early 70s. They'd been relegated after a terrible spell, and manager Malcolm Allison decided enough was enough. He wanted a new nickname, something strong, fast and destined for success. Something exactly like an eagle. But there's more to this one. Brighton were in search of a nickname too, and Palace finally gave them what they needed. In a heated match between the two back in 1976, Palace fans began chanting, "Eagles, Eagles." And some clever Brighton fans came up with the perfect reply, "Seagulls, Seagulls." Not all club nicknames have a crazy story though. Take the Gunners. That just comes from the fact a group of munitions workers in the Royal Arsenal factory in Woolwich set up the club in 1886. On the flip side, some nicknames seem simple, but there's a bit more to them, like West Ham. The Hammers is actually nothing to do with the ham part of the name. It comes from the fact the club used to be called Thames Ironworks FC and was made up of workmen and shipbuilders. So next time the away end's chanting their crazy nickname, you'll now know exactly where it came from.
Hello, good evening, welcome to Sports Bar. He's Dean Saunders, I'm Jason Cundy. Still to come, we'll be joined by Andy Lound, expert in everything. Any questions for Loundy about space or the Titanic? Phone up 03717 223344. You can ask Andy Lound yourself. First up, though, it's time to look at Liverpool versus Manchester United with talkSPORT Bet.
Bring it on with talkSPORT Bet. Stay on the ball with our safer gambling tools. Find out more at talksportbet.com. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
It's absolutely disgusting. I've had enough, mate. It's just ridiculous. They really are miles behind everyone else. I think we're going to win it this season.
It's not good enough. That'll be Deer's top of the league, eh?
What a player he is, honestly. They haven't got a chance. Come on.
I'm not going to be nice. I want to rub it in.
The scarves are off.
Yes, it's the new feature that you can hear on the Sports Bar. We started this season, the scarves are off. Every Thursday we choose the big match of the weekend and we put a fan from each side head-to-head ahead of the game. Right, introducing the home corner, it says it tonight, live from the Northwest. It's Neil from the Anfield Wrap. Neil.
Hi, Neil.
Right, Neil.
How are we all doing?
Good evening,
Good.
sir. How you feeling?
Very good indeed. I'd like some more drinks in the sports bar. Can we speed it up a little bit here? The service is terrible.
The service is always terrible, Rex. talkSPORT, what do you expect? OK, time to introduce Neil's opponent. Yes, in the away corner tonight, also live from the Northwest, just 35 miles away, is Nick McCabe from Real Reds Talk. Nicky boy,
yes.
Good evening.
Hi, Nick.
How are we doing, fellas?
Love the glasses.
Ready for it.
Look at
Ready
Nick.
for it.
Look at Nick.
He's got his rose-tinted glasses on.
He's ready for this. Now, boys, say hello to one another, shake hands.
Hello
Defend
there.
yourself at all times. Right, OK, boys, let's start off with you, Neil. Liverpool had a little bit of a tricky run, I think it's fair to say. And Slots, for the first time in his Liverpool career, is now kind of reacting to some disappointing results. And this is a big game. Anything less than a win will feel like a big disappointment.
Yeah, absolutely. We're playing the team that last season finished about 15th in the Premier League, and this season will finish about 10th if it goes well for them. So there's no shadow of a doubt that this is a game that Liverpool should be winning at home. And last season we disappointed. We dropped 2 points against these.
Yes.
In the end, in the way in which it went. And in the end, it didn't make any difference. Liverpool still ended up champions and asserted themselves as the most successful team in the country. But it's going to be an exciting thing in store on Sunday when the second most successful team in the country rock up to Anfield and face the champions.
Neil, let me just come at you there. In terms of some of the results, it has felt a little bit like it's been coming this season. I've seen every Liverpool game. They've not been brilliant. They've not been the shiny, sparkliest best. And I just wondered, do you feel as though some of these results earlier in the season, kind of got away with it a little bit, and now it feels a little bit like there's been an evening out of some of the performances?
I think an evening out I'm fine with, but let's be clear about this. Liverpool have dropped points in two of the last three games full stop, with last-minute winners to the opposition. So, that is an evening out. Liverpool, if the final whistle goes 2 minutes early in each of those games, Liverpool are now a point clear at the top of the Premier League. But it is fair to say that, for instance, we score in the 100th minute against Newcastle. So an evening out is absolutely fine. And an evening out means that Liverpool have played 6 of the current top 8. And by the way, we're in the top 8. So we played 6 of the current top 8, and we currently find ourselves second in the table, 1 point behind Arsenal. It's not been an easy run at all. Have we got to play better? Yes, 100%. It's not been good enough yet. But Sunday's a great time to start.
So, Nick, are you there?
Nick's here.
Yeah. I was just thinking there, like Liverpool's run of form, obviously they've got new players. Do you think it's a good time to play them?
I absolutely think it is. I think if you look at the form, we're both in identical form. I think it's 2 losses out of 5, which obviously I'm not saying is great. But what I love is that element of doubt there. There's not the same confidence as last. There's a little bit of doubt there because they know we can go there and we can get something. Despite whatever our form is, whatever time of the season is, we can go there and get something. So I'm looking forward to it. I really am. And I just think how quickly the narrative can shift in the Premier League, because if we beat Liverpool, we go 2 points behind them,
Has it entered your head at any point that Wirtz, this could be the game where he gets a goal? Because things like this happen, don't they?
Yeah, I wouldn't say just Wirtz, I'd say Isaac as well. Look, they're going to be looking for a response. I imagine the crowd is going to be up for it. Slot's going to be up for it. They need something, so the pressure is going to be there. But it all depends on the narrative of the game, how it goes. If we keep them quiet for a bit and we start getting chances and Shesko and Mbumo start cooking, the pressure's there. I'm interested, man. Really looking forward to it. Weirdly enough, I'm like weirdly optimistic.
Okay. Does it surprise you, Neil, the optimism that Nick's got?
No, not at all, because, Manchester United are theoretically an enormous club and have, an unbelievable budget to be able to go and do what it is that they can do. And if that means that, they can get a result where they can, for instance, come 8th by virtue of, getting a bit of a result at Anfield, and that's very, very possible. Listen, it's the Premier League, week in, week out, we see that sides from the bottom half of the table can get a result anywhere against anybody. So I'm not surprised at all that there's a bit of confidence there. And at the minute, Liverpool, do look as though they could be a little bit vulnerable. And I'm all right with that. I think it's important. What part of why Liverpool did brilliantly last season was they showed an unbelievable amount of humility game after game after game. Slot learned early when he got beat at home by Nottingham Forest that in this league you've got to be serious every single time you step onto the pitch and you can't take anything for granted. That includes playing Manchester United. So they should come to... I want to see them have a go. I want to see them play front foot football. I want to see them look to try and score a couple of goals against Liverpool. I'm used to seeing Manchester United come to Anfield and defend for their lives. So the idea that they come and they fancy it a little bit, that's in our interests, but it'll also make it a better spectacle. And, this is a game that the world watches because it's between the most successful club in English football history and the second most successful club in English football history.
Neil, obviously everyone's looking at Arnie Slot now. Last year was like a Rolls Royce he walked into.
Yeah.
Now he's come up, there's a few defeats gone against him. I'll put you in the hot seat, right? What's your front 4 for the game on Sunday?
I'd pick Ekatike left, Isak through the middle, Mo Salah right, and Florian Wirtz in behind.
Didn't waste any time there.
No, he knows. He's already picked it.
I mean,
Nick,
I'd be up all night, mate.
How you feeling? How would you feel about that, Nick? That's quite. I mean, it's pretty special, that front 4.
I mean, yeah, on paper, it's incredible the money that's been spent. It's funny, the rival talks about budget being spent. How much money did Liverpool spend?
Loads.
In the window just gone? A lot. A hell
$500
of a
million.
lot.
Loads. Yeah,
so they need to start delivering. The pressure is there. Wirtz, 115 million. What's he done?
Yeah, the pressure's
so
on.
far?
I'm all over
absolutely.
having the pressure because if you're the biggest club in England, you should have the pressure, and we've got that pressure, and we'll carry that. That's what I want Liverpool to do, and Liverpool have done that. They did it last season. Arne Slot didn't take a backward step in a single moment all the way through last season. So I'm all up for this. I want a serious Manchester United. I want the best Manchester United. I want the Manchester United that they take home and show to their mothers, and then I want to take them to absolute town. I've got tons of experience at Anfield at watching Luke Shaw fall over and look ridiculous, as though he's surprised that a football match is happening. It's only a shame that jockey they call a centre-half isn't available, frankly, because I'd like to see him trip over his own feet beat again. I'm very invested in the famous Manchester United rocking up to Anfield. They're the best ones, and they're the best ones to beat.
But you know what? We thrive in chaos. You think about that FA Cup game where you tried going into it with a level mentality that we're the best team, we've got better quality, we're going to get the job done, and you got wrapped up in this whirlwind and we sent you out of the FA Cup.
Nick, how many defeats do you think he's got in him, Amorim?
I mean, he's fortunate that point, isn't he?
Yeah, he's given 3 years, isn't he?
Listen, if
Jim
we're speaking
Ratcliffe
specifically about the manager, then I'm with you. I'm not happy with the results. I'm not happy with the way it's going. But we're talking about this game, and we're talking about a certain scenario. And United have proven over years, under whether it's Ten Hag or whoever it is, that they can turn up for the big games. Now, would I like them to turn up consistently for a full season? Absolutely. But we're focusing on this game, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's worth pointing that out. This is Manchester United's cup final, because there's not going to be another one.
You would have reached the cup final, but you didn't, did you? Because we knocked you out of the FA Cup.
Yeah, we're league champions, mate. All the best.
Yeah, we'll see this season. We'll see this season.
We'll see this season. We'll see this season. Honestly, who's going to win the league next? Who's going to win the league next? Liverpool or Manchester United? It'll be Liverpool.
Pressure is on, mate.
I'll yet again tell you, I'm made up with the pressure. Heap the pressure on. Tell those Liverpool players the pressure's on. Tell Arne Slot the pressure is on. Let's put the pressure on them. I'll put the pressure on them. If Liverpool don't win this game, they'll really have let themselves down. The pressure is on. Liverpool.
Do you slot out then? If Liverpool lose this game, where
am I slot out?
Yeah.
That'd be an insane position to take. If anyone for a second thinks that you wouldn't want the Liverpool manager who gave us our 20th league title in his first season, why on earth would anybody want him to remove off the back of one game, which is Manchester United's final? Yeah, I'm very, very secure in what Arne Slot's up to and what Arne Slot's about. Listen, one game can always go wrong. It can always go against you. We're all long enough in the tooth to know that. But the crux of the matter is this: that Liverpool at the minute are streets ahead, and if there's more pressure on this game than there is for us, that tells us what the expectations are around Manchester United. Sixth would be a good season for Manchester United. Sixth.
Nick, I played in this fixture at Anfield, and we had to beat Man United to stop them winning the treble. If you remember. Can you remember at Anfield?
What year are we talking?
1992, I think.
Well, I was born in 95. So.
Well,
There's no need for that, Nick.
Honestly, Ronnie Moran in the dressing room and Roy Evans in the dressing room said that was the team talk. Hey, we can't let this lot, and we celebrated like we'd won the league because we beat Man United. But they're the biggest rivals. It was like I can remember thinking we can't lose this game.
Let me ask you both, right? Worst case scenario, Nick. I'm going to come to you first. I think most people expect Liverpool to take maximum point, even though they're not in great form. But I still expect Liverpool to win this game. If he does lose another game, like this is the biggest game, right? In Liverpool, Man United, Liverpool. It's the biggest game in the country, and it means so much to both sets of fans. Amorim cannot afford to get beaten heavily again, can he?
That's the main key word there, is heavily. Look, I want to go into this and I want to take something from there. Everyone knows Anfield is an extremely difficult game, regardless whatever scenario, whatever manager it is. It's a tricky ground to play at, right? But I want to go there and I want to put in a performance where you're competitive. I've watched Liverpool this season. I think for all the talent that they've got, I think they will get it right eventually. I genuinely believe that. I think Thirts is a phenomenal player. I think Ekitike looks really, really good. But defensively, I think the wing-backs are not at it. I think Kanate is hugely error-prone. I think he's got mistakes in him. So I think if you run it and you take your chances, which United haven't done, despite people mentioning XG and shots, etc., if you take your chances, you can have an opportunity there. But it's about doing that.
Neil, I'm going to come to you as well. The unthinkable happens if Manchester United rock up and take 3 points. How will that reflect on Slot? Because people, 3 defeats. It's only 3 defeats, but then if it turns into 4, I just wonder how you'll feel about moving forward in the season, because Arsenal at the moment don't look like they're going to lose too many.
No. You've got to aim to be looking at the other side of 90 points. And if you want to look at the other side of 90 points, you can only afford to drop points in, say, 8 games over the course of the season, maybe 9 max. And therefore, Liverpool have so far dropped points in 2. I think Arsenal have also dropped points in 2. So you've got to bear that in mind, as we go into this, that there is that little bit of pressure on. Well, not a little bit of pressure, a lot of pressure on. So yeah, it would not be good to end up in a situation with 4 consecutive defeats, and it would give the manager a fair few questions to answer. But that said, the manager is. He's done a remarkable job so far in a number of different ways, and he's done a difficult job as well in a number of different ways over the course of the summer. So I think that there'll be a fair bit of, understanding and patience around it. But that said, not winning.
Just to end it, would you rather beat Everton or Man United?
Everton.
Would you?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay.
I always thought Man United is a bigger game.
You offer me a guaranteed win every home and away every season. I would have the Blues all day and all night. You don't need to worry about that one in the slightest. But you're desperate to beat Man United. But the point is that you get 3 points for all of these.
Yeah, of course.
If you look at the 1980s, Liverpool's record against Manchester United was actually quite poor in the 1980s, and yet Liverpool won unbelievable numbers of league titles. If you go back to when Danny Murphy was banging free kicks in at Old Trafford, and United were getting beat by Liverpool at Old Trafford, United were going on and winning league titles. It's worth remembering that there's a battle on Sunday. It is the battle, but the war is who are the champions, and at the minute that is Liverpool. And our job is to ensure that by the time Manchester United next get their act together, which might be in 8, 9, 10 years' time, there is one clear...
How long did it take you for you to get your act together before you won a title?
Well, I mean, we managed to win a couple of Champions Leagues and bits and pieces like that all the way through, We never finished lower than 8.
But a league? I'm talking specifically
We never disgraced ourselves. We never got beat by Tottenham in a final. So
how long? How long was it?
It was 26 years.
Oh, right, okay. Just double checking.
What are you on at the minute?
Probably about 10, 12, something like that.
I think you're going to be on 13 by the end of the season.
2013 was it?
Yeah, by the end of the season, you're going to be on 13 years without a league title. It is just sort of worth remembering here, and there was obviously an extended period where United didn't win a league title until we got to 1992, 1993. It's a really interesting historical point to get into it, that there's very rarely been a title race between Liverpool and Manchester United. There was one in the 60s, there was the one in 2008-9. It's rare that both teams are actually very, very good at the same time, because we all know that the most important football in this country happens in the northwest of England. I know talkSPORT listeners know that, but it's quite rare that Liverpool and Manchester United are sort of duking it out at the same time. But where we find ourselves at the moment is that this is a Liverpool side who are the champions. They've got to act like the champions on Sunday. I want all the pressure from Nick. I want all the pressure from UG. All the pressure from you, Dean. I want Arne Slot in his press conference tomorrow morning to be given this, that and the other. All the pressure. I want Virgil van Dijk under pressure. I want Mo Salah under pressure. I want every Liverpool player under pressure, because that's when you get the best out of this Liverpool team. The pressure's on. We'll rise to the challenge, and these lot will go back with their terrible trousers, awful trainers. They'll mooch back to the city of Manchester, and they'll have a pretty mediocre night out.
Boys, that's going to look iconic if you lose now. I can't clip that up and get it everywhere.
You clip it up.
You take a point, clip that up, please.
You take a point. Honestly, if you clip me up after you've took a point, the famous Manchester United...
though. You should be smashing
the famous Manchester United with 20 league titles, they get a point at Anfield, and I get clipped up.
Mate, I'll take a point at Anfield all day.
Well, and at some point you'll pick your dignity back up.
Right, boys, back to your corner. Brilliant stuff. Thank you very much.
Done, lads.
Listen, before you go, brilliant stuff. Thank you very much for your time. Neil, do you want to give your podcast a plug first?
Yeah, the Anfield Wrap, the app's out there. Everyone knows where we are, theanfieldwrap.com. And if you want to take the time, it's very, very kind of you to do so.
Nick, you can do the same, bud.
Yeah, Real Red Stalk, YouTube, Twitter and Instagram. Check us out for proper reviews.
Brilliant stuff, boys. Appreciate your time. Enjoy the weekend, and good luck. And whoever wins, hope the best team wins. Good luck.
Best team win.
All the best.
Cheers, boys. Brilliant stuff. Wowzers. Hey,
the
scarves are off there, all right.
Neil was fully loaded there.
Wowzers. Yeah, Neil's come out swinging. Do not forget, Sam Matterface will bring you all the goals as they go in from the Premier League, including Liverpool against Manchester United with Game Day Live on talkSPORT. Of course, that's on Sunday. And that was the latest look at the odds with talkSPORT Bet. Terms and conditions apply. 18 plus. BeGambleAware.org.
Bring it on with talkSPORT Bet. Stay on the ball with our safer gambling tools. Find out more at talksportbet.com. 18 plus. BeGambleAware.org.
Good evening. You're listening to the Sports Boys Dean Saunders. I'm Jason Cundy, live here on talkSPORT. Still to come, we're joined by Andy Lound, expert in everything from space down to the Titanic. Any questions for Andy? 037172233. Andy's coming on in about 7 or 8 minutes' time, so get your questions into him if you wish. But first, we want to give you the chance to win up to £100,000. You better listen up, pin back your luggles, gang. That's right, £100,000, our biggest cash prize to date, has landed, and we're going all in and giving you the chance to win that huge £100,000 completely tax-free. Listen up for all the details and how to enter.
18 plus, UK excluding Northern Ireland. For a chance to win, text the word cash to 83338 and you're in the draw. Text costs £2 plus one standard network rate message. You must have the bill payer's permission, or you can enter for free by calling 0330 880 3338. All entries must be received by the 6th of November at 4 p.m. This is a TalkSPORT limited promotion run on TalkSPORT, Talk and Virgin Radio UK stations. Full terms and conditions at talksport.com.
Yeah, good luck with that one. OK, let's go and speak to Ben, who's a Liverpool fan. Benny boy, good evening.
Evening, Ben.
All right, Jace. All right, Dino.
All right,
Yeah,
Benny
good,
boy.
thanks.
How you feeling,
Oh,
Benny
yeah,
boy?
So, yeah, it was just with that last bit then where you were saying about, that fella was saying about he's not worried at all about Slot if it's 4 losses in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I've started to feel a little bit different than that. Whereas last season, that team that he had, that was Jurgen's team. He only made, one signing, and that was Chiesa, who hardly played.
I know, but he did change the way Liverpool played. I think he deserves a huge amount of credit, Slot, because it was slightly more measured, defensively far more secure, and he knew that he had magic up top. And I think that perhaps not enough gets mentioned. I don't think that Slot...
I don't think he changed anything.
Changes. He did. The midfield was certainly defensive. They was not as cavalier as Klopp. They were definitely more, I thought, more measured in their approach to attacking teams.
He definitely came in and gave it a new life, which Jurgen said himself he was tired and he didn't have that. But this year, these are Arnie's signings, and he's changed the formation. And I just think, is it starting to get found?
Let me ask you this, right? There's a number of positions I'd agree. The fullbacks, I think, haven't quite come off yet. I think that's been a certainly right back. You know, when you're playing Slobberside there, I know Frimpong has had an injury, but he's on the bench. Bradley keeps taking him off throughout game. I think he's got a bit of an issue, in particular at right back.
Yeah, and that's the side where Canate is as well, isn't it? So,
Canate is the difference for me. Obviously, you've lost 33 goals from Jota, Nunez, and Diaz. So there's 33 goals gone there. Nunez come off the bench and scored 5 goals, I think, winning points.
Newcastle.
So even just having him on the bench. So the 3 of them are a loss. And then you sign players for a lot of money thinking they're going to be an upgrade.
No, but it's the problem.
And it's hard to get...
Not only that, right? It does take time, right? Wirtz, he has now come in. He's always got someone up front of him who hasn't played for Liverpool, many minutes, whether it's Isaac or Ekitike. That relationship, that needs to blossom. They want that like Dalglish and Rush.
Well, there's a dilemma in there because Mo Salah, it was Mane before Mo Salah and Firmino, right? To allow them to jog back instead of sprinting like headless chickens back, he got rid of Coutinho and he played 3 workers, Henderson, Wijnaldum, Fabinho or Milner. They were all unselfish players who were prepared to Henderson would just run out to the right when Salah lost the ball and help Trent, and he would cover that right-hand side. So all of a sudden, when you've got Wirtz in there's only 2 of them who are doing the donkey work, where they had 3 workers before who'd get good at getting the ball back. You're now starting to point the finger at Salah, who's missing Trent's disguised passing.
Yep.
Because he's one of the best passers of the ball in the world.
The partnerships haven't yet been built to the level they were, Trent and Salah, and those partnerships you had up top, the relationship that Salah had.
You'll get the balance right.
Oh, well, look,
it's just a matter of time.
Of course, but you know what it's like in the Premier League, mate. You don't know, no one gives you time. Thanks for the call, Benny boy. Speak to Michael. He's a United fan. All right, Mikey?
I'm all right.
Hi, Mike.
Hi, Dean. I'm all right.
How are you feeling?
Oh, I'm feeling very happy about Sunday. Liverpool have been limping over the line. We've been limping over the line. This is our best chance to beat them.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I mean,
what do you think is the weakest part of your team then?
Well, the manager. He doesn't play the play. No, what I mean, he doesn't play the players in the right position.
It's a bit of an issue.
Bruno Fernandes should be number 10. Kobe Mainoo should be starting where Bruno is starting at the minute. The change in the back three after like so many minutes, like in the 80th minute, 70th minute, I'm thinking, why are you changing about 3 4? You know, if you're going to build a team and you're going to play a team, you want to play your best 11. Does he actually know his best 11?
No, but I don't think that thing exists anymore. I don't think there is such a thing as a best 11. I think it depends on the opposition, depending on how many games have been played, international break, that sort of thing. I think that best 11, I think that's a conversation that's been, you can archive.
Do you know what it kills a bit, though? Changing, it's the rhythm is vital for a football team and a player.
Yeah, of course, but that
rhythm that you're in.
Yeah, but that rhythm, you need to build on positive results, and the rhythm, eventually comes. And you see, both managers, they're struggling a little bit to find that right combination over the park. Both of them are at the moment.
See, if I'm Arnie Slot now, and I'm not, obviously, that's why I'm sat here, and he's manager of Liverpool, but my opinion, from looking from a distance, Ekitike is on a run. He gets sent off, doesn't he, for taking his shirt off or whatever.
That's an.
But he's on. I'd be reluctant to leave him out the team.
I know.
The way he's
No, I agree with that. He's looked like he's settled up top. It looks like he's settled the.
Yeah. Just keep him on the pitch.
Right. Listen. Andy Lound is up next, the expert in absolutely everything. Any questions you want to ask Andy about space or the Titanic, 03717 223344. You are listening to the Sports War here on TalkSport with TalkSport Bet. Download the new TalkSport Bet app today. 18 plus, begambleaware.org. this is the Sports Bar here on talkSPORT. Cundy and Saunders now. Still to come, we'll be having a little bit of fun at midnight with the midnight train. You know how it works, gang. Do not let myself and Dean Saunders down. Pick up the phone now, 03 717 2233 44. If you phone up now, we'll call you back. So it's a free call on the midnight train to madness. Anything you like, except sport, politics, religion.
Remember the last time we done that?
Yeah, it's great fun.
A fella rang up and said, HDMI sockets irritate me. Remember?
Now, though, Dino, listen to this, right? I've been so excited about this ever since I found out he's coming on the show, right? I love you, but I love Loundy even more.
There's an old tale of a man who knew absolutely everything.
Hi, good morning.
First, he solved space's biggest mysteries.
If you're free-floating in your space station and you fart, then you would be propelled forward slightly.
Then, we found out he was a Titanic expert.
Higher tides, more violent, perhaps, weather patterns that were happening on the Earth as well.
And in a spectacular turn of events, we found this man. And it was then revealed he also knows it all about the Loch Ness Monster.
We can actually see something which is quite a remarkable sight indeed.
And every international break, he's with us on the Sports Bar to solve your mysteries.
Is Cundy talking rubbish?
Actually, no.
It's Andy Loud, Mythbuster.
Well, what a build-up that is. Without any further ado, let's introduce the great man himself. Loundy, good evening, sir.
Good evening, how are you?
Very, very good. Thank you so much, Loundy, for joining us. We come to you a little bit late, but we're going to take you over a little bit longer, so do not fear your time with us. Listen, there's loads of things we want to talk. We've got some voice notes. We'll open the lines, 03717 2233 44. But I want to start off, Loundy, because I am fascinated by space. I did read an article today saying that I think it was back in the 70s, that America wanted to blow up the moon. They wanted to nuke the moon. Can you shed any light on this?
There was a plan not to destroy the moon, but there were some suggestions of using a nuclear weapon on the moon itself as part of a demonstration, and two, they were curious to know whether or not, if by doing a detonation on the moon, they could actually do some studies of the moon itself. And it was a crazy idea, but there were some plans actually to use nuclear weapons, small ones, not the largest ones we've got, but small ones for research purposes. In fact, there's some suggestions also to do it on Mars as well. In America, there were some plans put forward that if you could detonate a certain number of nuclear weapons on Mars, for instance, you would eventually release enough material and warm up the atmosphere to make the atmosphere more dense, so eventually it would be habitable. So you ended up with some crazy ideas which people were going to use with weapons. All fortunately now all been abandoned.
Good.
And they couldn't have done it anyway in the 70s, because the 1967 Outer Space Treaty Act forbids the detonation of nuclear weapons in space.
Right, there you go.
Loundy, I've just been itching to ask you this question, but I knew you were coming on. Right, I'm just going to get straight to it.
Do it.
Do you think there are any aliens out there?
I do believe there are extraterrestrial beings in space. I do believe there are microorganisms, possibly on some of the moons, possibly of Jupiter and Saturn. I do think the microorganisms are probably there, even possibly on Mars itself. Now, the big question, because when people say, are there aliens out there? They're always thinking about intelligent creatures, whether we think they've visited the Earth. And I don't think there's any real hard evidence to say extraterrestrials have actually visited this planet. I'm not saying that's never happened. I'm just simply saying there is no evidence to support it. And from science point of view, we need the evidence to do it. And because if we believe some of the stories that come out, aliens are visiting us every few minutes at the rate, and that's just simply not possible because we would have detected them. But no, I do think there is extraterrestrials out there in space of all types of life forms, and possibly intelligent life forms are deep in space as well. It's finding them is going to be the hardest part to do it.
Yep. Okay, now, Loundy, in preparation for you coming on the show, we have been going around the office and asking certain people that work here if they will leave a voice note and ask you a question, all right? You ready for this? Right.
Yeah, I am.
Here's our first guest.
Hi, it's Andy Goldstein here of Andy Goldstein's Drive Time, weekdays 4 till 7 on talkSPORT. My question is, if the sun is in space and the moon is in space and the moon is lit up by the sun. Why is the rest of space dark? I don't get that.
Okay, Loundy, that's Andy Goldstein saying, why is the rest of space dark when Earth is lit up?
It's the same theory that if you stand in a darkened room and you switch on a torch and you illuminate one part of the room, the rest of the room remains dark. That light is just falling onto one particular object. Space is infinite, it's absolutely vast, and therefore you only see the reflection of light falling on an object. So the moon is simply reflecting sunlight bouncing off it, and the rest of the light, of course, is going on through space itself until it hits another object and reflects back, which would be another planet or a moon or something like that, or even dust particles, because you do see dust particles glinting in space sometimes as well. But it's simply the vastness of space, and therefore it's a big object, the moon, and therefore it's reflecting more light back. The smaller particles, which light is being reflected back, is just too small for us to see, which is why when we use space telescopes, we use them using near infrared, and the near infrared therefore can actually pick up the light of objects which are too dim for us to see with our naked eye. And when we use that kind of thing, we notice that the sky is essentially fully illuminated then with all sorts of objects.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right, here's the next one, Loundy.
Hi, Loundy. Billy here. My question is, do the pyramids have anything to do with space? Because I read the other day that they're aligned perfectly with the stars on Orion's belt. Thanks.
There you go.
Yes.
There you go. Great question for one word, Billy.
It's a good question. The pyramids are aligned in relation to the stars. They're almost perfectly aligned to true north, with a very small deviation indeed. But that's not difficult to do when you, especially in that period of time, which is just under 3000 BC. So what they would have had the perfect skies. There's no light pollution or anything there, so they've had perfect skies, and they would have been able to observe the stars, and they would have noticed the stars seem to, as they move across the sky, seem to rotate slightly, and there's a point which doesn't seem to be rotating, and that's the pole. And so what they did was they built the pyramids to align with that position in the sky, which they didn't know at the time is what we would now call true north. So they actually, by default, align them up to true north. Wow. So it also seems to be that the alignment of the pyramids and several other objects that they have on the ground seems to be lined up with the shape of Orion, the constellation in space. Orion was a very important constellation to the Egyptians, and it's quite likely that they used the Nile as the reference to the Milky Way itself, with the Orion being used as an alignment for the pyramids. Wow. So it looks like they were trying to recreate a star map on the desert itself. So it's a good question.
Okay. And one more question here from the office.
All right, Andy. Yes, Joe here. I've got a question for you. Why don't we just recover the Titanic? Just go out, get a big crane, go and get it, pick it up and bring it back.
Okay.
I mean, it's
a big crane.
We need a very big crane. Why can't we just get a big crane, Loundy?
Okay. It's 12,500 feet down at the bottom of the ocean, first of all, so there's lots of issues with that. You've got currents down there, which would make it very difficult to actually lift huge objects up. But the main thing is it would just simply fall apart. The Titanic isn't corroding like a nail in your garden. Microorganisms are feeding on the sulfur in the metal, which is weakening the structure, and the structure now is collapsing very badly. The difference between how it looked in 1985 when it was discovered and how it looks now is actually quite different, especially the stern section, which is now crumbling completely, and the bow section is starting to do that. So if you try to move large section of it now, to just simply fall apart because its structural integrity is now probably completely gone. But sections of it have been lifted up, of course. I mean, there's a piece which was over a ton was actually lifted using large cables dropped down to the ocean, and they brought a large piece up which is on display in the United States, which I've gone and seen, which is quite an amazing thing to actually see. Okay. But no, it's just structurally unsound to bring it up like that, and the cost to even attempt such a project would be beyond anything. It would be cheaper to go to Mars.
Now, didn't you have a question, Dino? Didn't you? Go on.
I've got
Titanic.
Yeah. What would a first class ticket to New York cost on the Titanic now? To when it sailed? Yeah, what would it cost now? The equivalent?
At the time, the B-52, 54, 56 was the most expensive suite, which was £997 one way, which in today's money would be just a little under £200,000.
Amazing.
Wow. So only affordable to football players.
Yeah. And what did you say? Didn't you say someone's bought the Titanic?
Yes, hasn't someone bought it, the Titanic?
The Titanic isn't owned by anybody, but the RMS Titanic Inc., which is licensed to take materials up from the ship under an international agreement. It's a complicated agreement because it is in international waters. But RMS Titanic Inc. technically own the relics which actually are brought up and put onto display in the United States and on a tour. I think it's in London at the moment. There's a tour of artifacts which are brought up. So they in theory, it's one of these strange things because international law becomes complicated at this because it is in international waters. But in theory, they own the artifacts which are coming up.
We do have a caller, Loundy, that's phoned up. Ben, the Gooner, has phoned up. All right, Benny boy.
Hi, Ben.
How you doing? You all right?
All right, Benny boy. Go on, what do you want to say?
So my favourite planet out there is Trez 2b. It's the darkest planet that's been discovered.
Your favourite planet?
Yeah.
I've never heard of it. What was it?
It doesn't remit light. So if you look at it, it's like looking into like a black hole.
Right. Loundy?
This is taken as an extrasolar planet rather than one in our system. And therefore it's one that doesn't reflect a great deal of light. There's several planets which are what we might call wandering planets, because our solar system, our planets orbit a star and therefore they reflect light from the star. But there are a number of planets out there which are drifting through the system and therefore are relatively dark planets, and it's because they're not tied to any particular star, so therefore not actually reflecting any light from themselves at all. There's a big issue over these planets because nobody's quite sure, one, how they formed, because you normally form within a planetary system, and secondly, if they did form in a planetary system, how did they get ejected from that planetary system and are wandering through space itself, which makes them extremely dark.
Loundy, you're an absolute superstar. Appreciate your time. We'll catch up next international break and try and make this a bit of a regular feature.
Thanks,
Okay,
Andy.
no problem.
All right.
May the force be with you.
There he is, a proudly feature Mythbusters with Andy Lound. Don't forget you can catch up on all of Andy's work. Go to his website at andylound.com. That's Lound. And you can hear him at Andrew Lound, actually. I shouldn't. It's Andrew Lound.
How do you call him Loundy? Is he your mate?
No, he's not, but he doesn't mind. You can hear from him next international break. We put his knowledge to the test again. Good evening. Next up after the back pages with the Midnight Train to Madness. Get your calls in 03717 223344. No sport, no politics, no religion, nothing too serious. Now time for the Raffles back pages. That music when it's on thing. It's JC is in the house. Jack Cunningham from talkSPORT.com. Right, Jackie, what?
Evening, Jack.
Thank the Lord the international break is over.
It's nearly over. Yes, it is.
Yeah,
yes, it's coming.
It's
It's
over.
coming.
It's over now.
What about your outfit? We're matching, aren't we? Sage, I would say.
I mean, that's
Aren't
yellow,
we?
isn't it?
Sagey.
Yeah,
Sagey. No,
yeah,
look,
like
I'm green.
like an olive.
Look, like a stuffed olive.
Listen, let's get to the back pages. The back page of the Times. Tel Aviv fans barred from the Villa match. This has made its all the way to the corridors of power at Westminster.
It has. It's already become a really big story. So the police have decided that Maccabi Tel Aviv cannot have any of their fans when they play Aston Villa because they've deemed it a high-risk match. It's sort of linked to when Tel Aviv played Ajax in November 2024. And there was clashes between Ajax fans and Tel Aviv fans. 60 people arrested, a lot of anti-Semitic stuff, and also the Tel Aviv fans smashed up Amsterdam as well. And the police have deemed that because of potential protests, obviously around, Israel and Gaza, and then just the general behaviour of the fans, they've decided that they shouldn't be allowed in. However, that has immediately been escalated now to the Prime Minister. Keir Starmer has come out and said that's anti-Semitism. And he doesn't want that to obviously happen. And, I assume there's going to be some negotiations now with the police to try and see if Tel Aviv fans can go to the game. But it's become a really serious thing really quickly. We're well beyond football now. We're in the depths of politics now and into the Middle East for politics as well.
Let's not get involved, Jace.
No,
football.
No,
We don't know politics.
I will not be taking calls on this, all right?
No.
It's fine. We're just reporting with the back pages.
Exactly, yeah.
Go on, Dina, what you got?
I've got Declan Rice there. Vieira sees Declan Rice as the next great leader of Arsenal.
Yeah, Patrick Vieira's been speaking about Declan Rice, of course, player who plays in the same position as him. He sees Rice as a bit like Tony Adams, so in the sense of a pure leader on the pitch and off the pitch. And I would say, looking at Rice, I think certainly since joining Arsenal, even at West Ham as well, but certainly especially joining Arsenal, you do feel he's took on a more senior role in the leadership sort of team as well. I feel like a lot of Arsenal players look to him. You see in the team huddles that they have, it's usually him and Gabriel speaking, even when Odegaard is on the pitch. Odegaard is the club captain. But ultimately on the pitch, you feel like Rice and Gabriel are probably more of the leaders. And Vieira believes that Rice is going to be the man to lead Arsenal to the Premier League title.
I don't know what you think, Jace, but looking at Declan, I don't know him. I know I've met his dad a few times.
Yeah.
Just looking at him, I would imagine that every day is more important than Saturday. Every day in training, he'll be the one setting the standards. Five-a-side team.
You can see he's a leader.
You can, can't
you? Yeah, no, that's evident.
If you're in his five-a-side team, which we play five-a-sides, eight-a-sides every day, and there's something on it, and that's how you learn to compete in training, I can't imagine if you started walking around in his team.
No.
What he would say. He wouldn't allow it.
Yeah.
And that's what you need we need 4 or 5 of them, really, that set the standards. That's unacceptable.
Yeah.
Because you take it on the pitch with you.
Yeah.
And I think he's one that he will point the finger at people, and he don't care if he falls out with people.
No, he doesn't care about that at all, does he? He just wants to win. Simple as that.
He does indeed. Back page of the Sun, lend it like Beckham. Also, Miami Advice is the back page of the Daily Express.
Yeah, England are looking to use Inter Miami's training ground when they get to America for the World Cup. So FA have already contacted David Beckham to speak to him about that, because we know that Beckham owns Inter Miami, and I can't imagine it's going to be any much of a problem. I can't see Beckham saying no.
Where are England going to be based, though?
Yeah, well, obviously, I assume England, that would mean England will then be based in Miami. They've not decided any of that yet.
No.
And England only have 4 games until he chooses his squad. There's not a lot of time left, really. It's quite strange because we've only got 2 games in November national break, and then there's 2 friendlies, and then he has to pick his squad. And then they have to find some way of getting some hot weather training in there. They cannot go to America and just not have any hot weather training, because we know we saw what it was like in the Club World Cup with the humidity and the heat, especially in some of the grounds as well.
Indeed, yeah.
It's a real situation they're going to have to sort out.
That squad's going to change, isn't it, as the time goes on? You think it's timing. Like Palmer, 3 months ago, he's first name in the squad.
Yeah.
Now he's not. Grealish got a chance right now. And then you go Foden a year ago.
Yeah.
Year and a half ago. First name
Nailed
down.
on, yeah.
Yeah, nailed on.
Not nailed
and
on.
and it's timing you run before he picks his squad. I think he'll change up Bellingham. How can you be talking about Bellingham?
No, I think Bellingham will be involved.
Bellingham will definitely.
Yeah, he'll be in the squad, but I
think he'll start. I 100% think he'll start. Bellingham.
Bellingham.
Yeah.
Well, he's a great player.
Start. I just think at the moment he's coming back from a shoulder injury. You know, he'll be absolutely fine.
Haven't missed him.
No, they haven't missed him, but that shows the strength and depth, which is a great thing.
Yeah, yeah, I think he's played his hand beautifully.
Yeah,
Tuchel. You know, it's not like Bellingham can come back in and start knocking on the door.
Nope.
Get me back in that team. It's like earn your right to play.
Anyway,
you have played some pub teams, haven't you?
Wales,
England. Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Dino, come on,
set
mate.
himself up there. It was open goal.
It was a friendly for us.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
It was over in 10 minutes.
What else is on the what's on the website? What's the main story?
Yeah, well, we've actually got a really nice exclusive interview with Bristol Rovers' chairman. So our senior features writer Joe Brophy went down and sat in it and told about Elliot Anderson.
Oh.
So the Geordie Maradona, because that was where he got his breakthrough.
Mm-hmm.
The interesting thing is that they didn't want him. Joey Barton wanted all his targets, and then eventually Shola Miobi just phoned him up and said, look, however, Barton, you know, we used to play together. Do us a favour, take this kid, you won't regret it. And he scored the winning goal that got them promoted. And then he believes that Anderson's going to go at the top. And from what we've seen so far for England, Nottingham Forest, does look like a midfielder who's got it all.
Yep.
I would absolutely love him back at Newcastle. I think that would be incredible. I would love that in the summer. And I do feel Newcastle will probably try and make that happen. Because